These are 10 shopping secrets Marshalls does not want you to know. From how to read secret price tag codes to how to score hidden clearance, this video has you covered. Point 1. If you find an item that you love on the floor, be sure to check the clearance rack before you leave. I found this pair of gray sweatpants in the regular part of Marshalls, so I walked on over to the clearance section. And what did I find? The exact same pair of sweatpants with a red tag, and they were $2 less. And that's just the beginning. You could save even more cash on all sorts of other products if you just remember to check the clearance section for the exact same item. Now, if you saw that red tag, you might be wondering, what do all those colors mean? Which brings me to point 2. There is a method to the color-coded madness at Marshalls. When Marshalls decides an item should be discounted, they'll start with that red tag, which indicates the item is now on clearance. You will find clearance items with red tags throughout the store. Now, eventually, you may start to see the yellow tags. The yellow tags are that coveted color that indicate final clearance. This is a phenomenon that usually occurs around January or July, and these yellow tagged items do not last long, typically around 3 weeks. They are priced to clear. With each week that passes, if a product has not sold, the store will layer on an additional yellow tag with a deeper discount, somewhere between 10 and 20%. Take a look at these boots. As an example, you'll see there's 3 layers of yellow tags, which means this item is now in the last week where it will stay on the floor. My tip: while I always advocate to wait for the lowest price, yellow ticketed items go fast, and you're pretty much guaranteed to never see that product again. So if you see a yellow tag, maybe a further 10 to 20% reduction is not worth losing the item that you love. If you want to know a tried, tested, and true way to barter for a lower price, stick with me until point 6. But first, it's point 3, and if you care about brand names and quality, there's something you need to know about the price tag. Many price tags at Marshalls will reveal a brand name. This indicates that it's typically a special grab. You'll also know that you found something special at the store if the price tag says designer. On the opposite end of this, keep an eye out for price tags that say the word irregular. This is a code word for signifying there might be a slight manufacturing defect, but it's sometimes such a tiny cosmetic imperfection it may still be worth buying. I spotted this pair of Levi's jeans and they had the word irregular on them. I couldn't spot anything off with the jeans, so I decided to buy them and see if I could figure out what was wrong. The only irregular thing I could possibly find is the stitching on one of the cuffs at the bottom, which is barely noticeable and certainly not a problem, so don't always be deterred by an item that's categorized as irregular. Point 4. When should you really shop at Marshalls? I've heard many people say that you should shop right when Marshalls opens, but I've also heard from employees that's actually one of the worst times to visit. Why is that? Well, first thing in the morning when Marshalls opens, many of the top finds are sometimes still being unloaded, or they're on trucks, or they're unpacked in the stock room, but they have not yet made it to the shelves. I've heard, and I've noticed, that if you shop between 11 a.m. and 3 p.m., it's when you'll see the freshest inventory. If you're interested to know what day should you shop, the same employees have suggested not coming on Mondays, which are usually catch-up days from the busy weekend, and the best days to shop are Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday, when stores are all stocked up to their original splendor. I should also mention this video is not sponsored, nor is Marshalls paying me to make this video. Point 5. The Marshalls stores with the top brands and the highest end products are often located in the most affluent areas. Many shoppers have reported that sometimes if you take a little bit of a longer drive to some of the highest end neighborhoods, you will encounter a completely different Marshalls shopping experience and also notice some exclusive finds you may not see in many other neighborhoods. Point 6. Don't settle without asking for a further markdown if the item is damaged. Before I show you an example, make sure you are aware that unless an item has an as-is tag on it, meaning that it's already been marked down, you can bring a damaged item to a store associate for a further markdown. I found this wooden shelving unit at my local's Marshalls, and as you can see, the bottom shelf is broken. This is a prime example where if you like it or if you know how to fix it, the store may give you an additional markdown. All you have to do is ask. Before I expose the truth about expiry dates at Marshalls, for point 7, if you're wondering where do you get the most bang for your buck, TJ Maxx often excels at handbags. But at Marshall's, shoes are where this retailer really comes out on top in terms of pricing, quality, and brand recognition. While I was at my local Marshall's looking at shoes for my wife, I was able to spot some of the top brands that she loves, like Steve Madden and Vince Camuto. I didn't really know what that is, but she was so excited, I'm including it in the video. There you go, come and get your Camuto. Sounds weird, but point 8 is a very important point tied to beauty. And if you are not aware, beauty products are a fantastic find at Marshall's. They sell high-end brands you typically only see at Sephora, but don't ignore the expiration dates. There's no doubt it's exciting to see skincare brands like Milk, Laneige, Kate Somerville, Clinique, or La Prairie, or makeup from companies like Sephora, NARS, Laura Mercier, and MAC. All great finds. But before you buy a large container of your product, there is always a chance the expiry date is closer than you think compared to what you would see from a traditional retailer. For 3 of my Marshall's shopping trips this month, all tied to this video, I actually couldn't find any expired or nearly expiring products, so perhaps Marshall's has improved its expiration date filtering process. Before I get to a couple of crazy Marshall's hacks to save you a lot of time, for point 9, it's a lesson on Marshall's numerology. More importantly, what do all of those intimidating numbers on the price tag really mean? And we're gonna make that Marshall's price tag work toward your benefit. Starting from left to right at the start of the price tag, you'll find 4 digits which simply indicate a product category. It's often of no concern to a shopper, nor is the next set of numbers, which is the product SKU. Again, pretty boring. But the next set of numbers is where things start to get really interesting. You'll see on the price tag 01999. This is the original price of the product. Not the compare price, but the actual original price, meaning the 1999 means the original price for this item is $19.99. The number in the box beside it represents the month or the week in which the item came into the store. I was informed by an associate that the higher the number, the more likely it is to go on clearance. When I was doing some research for the video, I also found some conflicting reports about that tip. So for anyone watching, if you work at Marshall's or you know someone who does, please clarify that in the comments section. For point 10, double Marshall's high five or raise the roof if you prefer, I've got a great time-saving hack, and this all depends upon asking the right question when you're inside a Marshall's. If you've always wondered what's new inside the store and you don't have hours to sift through each rack, I've been told by multiple employees that you are welcome to approach an associate and just simply ask what's been put out for the day, what's new for the week, and you could avoid yourself a very time-consuming treasure hunt. Which brings me to the first bonus point all about cultivating relationships. If you are a frequent Marshall's shopper, try and befriend a manager or an associate. Be kind to employees and managers. It can go a long way. They'll also often fill you in on when items might be tagged red or yellow. Bonus 2, if you find yourself intimidated by fashion or you just simply don't know what's hip, I'm clearly in no way trendy or hip based on that movement and the fact that I just said the word hip with air quotes. But if you do find a price tag that has the word contempt, this is an abbreviation for the word contemporary, meaning the product is usually a modern, younger type of look. Great to know. Another inside fact I was not aware of before I began my research, yellow tagged items that do not sell at Marshall's are often sent to Goodwill. And for the final bonus point, which any seasoned Marshall's shopper is likely aware of, you can shop the whole collection from Marshall's online, which doesn't limit you to a specific store's inventory. There's often a free shipping code. And for anything that doesn't fit or you decide you don't like, you can return it for free at a local store. And there you have it. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. Your time is very valuable to me, so I appreciate it. If you have any other insight to share on Marshall's, please feel free to leave a comment. You're welcome to subscribe, turn your notifications on, and until next time, I love you. Bye-bye.